Hi guys, this is Stormouse03. We're back with Mass Effect 1 from the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We just got done with Eden Prime, and we're gonna carry on with some of these missions. Oh, this is gonna be Dr. Tassoni's area, I believe, but we haven't picked her up yet. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat with our crew.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown cruise. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I was a regular Navy brat. I got a little more noteworthy than the folks expected.
Oh, that's right, a cruise. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Alright. Okay, I don't know that there's any reason to go in the elevator, but let's see. I don't think there's anybody down here yet. This is where some of our crew's gonna be in a bit. Okay, you can assign equipment to people down here with their lockers, but you can do that in your squad too, or in your equipment too. No, I guess you can't. You can do that in mission though. But while we're in here, let's see. Let's equip this Avenger assault rifle. Grab the Stinger 2. Fine. Do we have any upgrades for our grenades? No upgrades for these either, I don't think. But we might have some better armor. Let's give that a shot. And cool. Image versus organics. Oh, we have 2 slots here. Let's see. For more damage. I don't like that decreased rate of fire there. Although let's put the combat sensor in there. And then, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's put in some anti-personnel rounds onto the pistol. And put that high caliber barrel on that one. Very good. Let's put some points in some things. Okay. So we're trying to unlock lift. I also want to put, I'm going to put a couple more points into charm. Just because I like having those dialogue options. And ooh, I do like some overload. Yeah, let's put some points into this and have overload ready to go. Because I like all that. Okie dokes. First aid for all. Okay, I guess I need to put a point into that to be able to get my unit up. I guess I need to do that. Alright, so for our next level up. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Look, it's the Mako!
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands.
Oh yes, there are
many. Of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you got.
Let's see what you've got. Let's just be real. I'm probably not going to buy any of these things, other than some of these upgrades. Okay. How much money do I have? 15, 20. That's pretty good. We'll get some more Medigel and some more grenades. Alright. Fabulous. Ah, is Adams down here? Yes, he is.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Yes, it is.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk to me. Get some codex entries about our ship. That core is sort of special. It makes the ship capable of moving and maneuvering better than your standard ship, as far as I recall. And I know that we have a crew member that's going to nerd out about it later. Okay. Hey, Presley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Some more codex entries. Let's have a chat with our pilot, shall we?
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
You said it, Ash. So, again, you can see here that, you know, we obviously know that something bad is happening and Saren's a threat, and right now we think that it's a human thing, you know, that he wants to hurt humans, or he has some sort of grudge against them. He wants us to stop our expansion. He's trying to undermine us, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the running theory. It's a good theory at this point. And as we will find out later on, Anderson has some history with Saren and knows a little bit more about him. And those that story is actually told in the first book that goes along with this trilogy. There's a trilogy of books as well. Actually, the first, at least the first two, I never read the third one, but the first two were actually quite good, and gave some nice characterization and background to Anderson in particular, and Saren as well in that first book. So definitely recommend you check those out. It's Mass Effect Retribution? I'll have to look it up. I'll put it in the description. But it's something like that. So let's see if we can decrypt this console. What's your password, Unina? AAAY? Not great. Not a great password. Alright, so it says Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during patrol of the Argos Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? So that gives you a little side quest that we can explore once we get to the exploration part of this game. The Citadel is great. It's this nice section after that kind of the opening where it was kind of you know, exciting. It's establishing like, oh my gosh, something big is happening. You have these visions from this beacon. What does it mean? And now you have this sort of more social-based encounter here where you're talking to a bunch of people, you're meeting the different races of the galaxy, you're finding out the sort of politics and the situation here. It's not just about, you know, you becoming a Spectre or not, and it's not just about recovering that technology. This was all part of humanity's their ploy, their plan. That's the word I'm searching for. Their plan to become more of a galactic player and to earn some respect. And because it went so south, and because the only real evidence that you have of Saren being nefarious and of something bigger going on is your word, it makes it hard to follow through on that mission right away, to follow through on that plan and to really establish humanity. And so that's part that's going on in the background. And whereas, you know, you as Shepard and your team isn't necessarily interested in the politics of it, that is a big part of the overall story, and makes perfect sense, because unfortunately it's not just about what's the right thing to do. It's about how do we convince people to mobilize and to get behind that right thing, and what is the right move, and how do we unite people, and those sort of ideas and themes start to come across right away, which is really cool. And it's this nice, again, it's this nice sort of little social section that you have here to learn some more. There's no real combat right this moment, to get to know some more of the characters and to get to know the world a little bit more, and that is cool. So let's talk to some people.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consul in confidence, and she betrayed that confidence.
I love the Elcor
I will look into it for
so
you.
much.
In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Hey,
Hello
Zoltan.
there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find the Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
I love them. And I love the way that they speak. It's just... It's just really interesting the way that they designed them.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
And if you do, I am very sorry for you. Just the idea that, you know, and it makes perfect sense, you know, that different races would have different ways of speaking that others may not necessarily understand, and that they have found this way of, okay, I don't necessarily convey my emotions very well, but if I can tell you what my emotions are, then that helps us to communicate. I think that makes perfect sense in terms of how something like that might actually occur as people are trying to come together and understand each other. And also it's just cool, and they're cool, and it's just fun and makes for some funny dialogue here.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus Ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
Oh, the Volus. I don't know. They're... I don't know why I always think of them as, like, dwarves. Maybe it's just because they're short. But they also have this, like, pride thing going on, and... I don't know. The Volus are cool. these two races, the Elcor and the Volus, and then another that we'll see later, the Hanar, are not in the games a whole lot, other than these little side bits. But it's interesting. It does help flesh out the galaxy in terms of there are a few races that are kind of on top. They're the movers and the shakers. They're the ones with the biggest militaries. They're the ones with the most number of people, like the larger populations, the greater technology, you know, greater affinity for biotics. All these things kind of help to lift some species above others. And I think it's really good in terms of, again, like the world building, because you have these few, you know, the Turians, the Solarians, the Asari, the humans, and then a few other more minor ones like the Batarians, the Quarians, that are more prevalent and more, I don't want to say important, but more prestigious, and they have a lot more involvement in the things that are going on, whereas you have all of these other races that are more, as I said, kind of minor, that exist and are there and are involved in things, but they're not necessarily players on the galactic scale, right? And you can see this clear, you know, level of division, and once again establishes like what the humans are trying to do. We are new. We are much more new to this alliance of species than people like the Volus or the Elcor, but yet we have a bigger embassy. We are trying to get a Spectre, and these people do not have that. We are trying to, you know, have a greater presence. We want a seat on the council, you know, and these people don't have that. And you can see the sort of resentment that you get from some of these alien races, because it's like, where did you just came out of nowhere and all of a sudden you're getting all this attention, and you're too ambitious, you're too much of an upstart, you know, why are you getting more prestige than we are? But it does make perfect sense in terms of humans and how they slot into this picture, because we are very ambitious. We take something and we want to be the best at it. You know, we want to learn more, and we want to do more, and we want to make more, and you know, it's a little bit of arrogance, I think, on the part of humanity, but it also shows the sort of ingenuity of the species, and that is a theme of this work. Sort of the way that humans are being different from the way that the other races are. And part of that is, you know, our short-lived lifespans, though we're not the shortest lived of the species. But a lot of it is our genetic diversity, and it talks about that throughout these works, that there's just something about humanity, whether it comes from our genes or whether it comes from the way that we grew and evolved as a species, but something about humans is special, and this is just the first little inklings of that, where it starts to be sprinkled in. And so important stuff for what is to come.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth-Clan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Mm-hmm. See? A little bit of jealousy there and incredulity? That word. At sort of the audacity of humans to think that, you know, we deserve this more than other species.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
That was my cat sneezing. He's getting hungry. Hey, look, there's a keeper. More about these guys later. Super interesting, these keepers. Oh, and look at the new modeling on that. It looks really good. I gotta say, the graphics upgrade that they have done for this game, it looks great. It looks great. Let's see, can't go in there right now. Let's check out some more of the Citadel here. Oh, it's Avina. But we'll talk to...
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Sephiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Alright, let's talk to Avina.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
And so, VI versus AI is going to be important. So, just to know that Avina is a virtual intelligence, not an artificial intelligence. Which means she's kind of like what we have in our technology right now, you know, like our Alexa or Siri.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the 3 Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
And thank you for using Avina. CSEC Academy is this way. But there's stuff up here. Alright, here's some more diplomats.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Okay, grab some codex entries here. Oh, and a level up, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another keeper. We're make note of this because we'll be coming back to find all of those later.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Oh, Ashley Williams. See, now I defend you, Ashley. Like, I like Ash. But man, the space racist stuff, it's hard to deny, especially in this game. She grows a lot though. She grows. Ugh. It's comments like that though. Like who thinks it's a good idea to say you can't tell the difference between the aliens and the animals? Like, okay. Okay, there's no excuse for that, Ashley.
Big place.
That's an astute observation there, Caden.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
It's a motorcycle out there. What's going on in here? No Nasana Dantius. Can we go ahead and speak to you? I think she won't talk to us yet. But she might.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
She doesn't have time to talk right now. She's very busy. Later, though.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shira's?
The consort? She entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
The consort. We'll be interacting with her later for some quests.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
And we will be visiting both of those places for quests later on.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander.
Some of the ways that you get out of these conversations is hilarious. Here's another keeper. Remember about the keepers. We'll be back. Surely I'm going to be looking for those things and be like, I know I found one earlier. I know I found it, but I can't find it again. You still won't talk to me, right? No.
I'm very busy.
I don't know why I thought something would have changed in the past 5 seconds, but...
Of course you... What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is
That's
there
right.
something I can do for you?
Show some
Relax,
respect,
Private. This
Private.
isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
He'll try. Alright. Oh, Executor Palin.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
I'm lawful good, okay?
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
I agree with you there, Palin.
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Well, let's just see what you got, shall we? Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of this situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us. Fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Eta cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. And that is another little side quest. on one of the planets that we will explore. Alrighty. So, we're gonna just go ahead and go to Citadel Tower, I think. There's a bunch of stuff around here, you know. There's the, there's lots. But, I think let's go and get kind of the main quest going before we deal with any of this stuff. Because more things are gonna open up to us once we get that going. Alright. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Nice concept art. Quick loading times. I gotta say, I have been impressed by the loading times so far. Let's meet our bud.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Hi, Garrus. Want to be best friends?
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the Council waiting.
Nope. We won't keep the Council waiting, but we'll find you later, Garrus. And again, like, great establishing scene for this character, you know, just to kind of let us know who Garrus is. He's definitely a CSEC officer in that he believes in the law, but he's a little bit more neutral than, say, Executor Palin that we met before. Garrus is much more willing to bend the rules for what he believes to be the right thing than someone who's more lawful like Palin. So just a good introduction of him there, and also a Turian that we encountered who he was nice to us, right? Like, he didn't immediately treat us with like disdain because we're humans. So I think that goes a long way to start establishing his character. Garrus is great. And it would be cool to pick him up a little bit later. But first, let's go talk to the Council. And have our first real foray into politics here. Let's see. Any of these doors openable? I don't think so. I don't think there's a whole lot to do here until you progress the main story a little bit. Just people kind of milling around. Oh, Admiral Kahoku.
Commander.
Alright, we can't talk to him yet. There's a keeper. Please do not disturb the keepers.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
And another keeper. There's transit. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything around here. Let's go talk to the Council.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
think that they're gonna believe that Saren's a bad guy?
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Yes.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way. Innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
It might not be that simple. I mean, there are 3 other races on the Council that you would have to convince. And with there being 3, you get, you know, a tiebreaker vote. When there's 4, that could be a problem. But anyway.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
The Shadow Broker. An interesting figure that we will learn more about later.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Good. People like him do not deserve a pass.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions, Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.
All right. So, we're gonna head out of here and start talking to some more people on the Citadel. I think.
So, this is where the Council passes judgment on all us little folk, huh? Ever get the feeling we're in over our heads, Commander?
A little bit.
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the Council. Think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance?
Probably. You'll find that people in power like to have positions of height where they can look down over the others. Ah, Chorman.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Ah, the Keepers. They are very interesting.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I can help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
So, here's our Scan the Keepers mission. The Keeper scan has been uploaded to the database. And I believe there was another one over here. So, starting to pick up some side quests here. The Keepers are super interesting, little bit of this story because, you know, that guy talked about we don't know much about them, but they're everywhere. And so, the thing about the Citadel is that none of these people here built the Citadel. They maintain it. The Keepers help maintain it, but the Citadel and the Keepers were here when the Asari, the first race to discover the mass relays, found this place. So they found it and the Keepers maintaining it. And so the Protheans that they were talking about, the ones who built the beacon on Eden Prime, are assumed to have created the Citadel along with all the mass relays, and are assumed to have something to do with these Keepers. But like the guy said, they don't know much about them. They just sort of go about their business, doing maintenance and keeping the Citadel running, but they don't speak, and, you know, they don't really communicate, so it's just an interesting little thing there that we'll come back to.
Yeah, I'll
See
wait.
if Kahoku will talk to us.
Commander.
Not yet. Alright, so we found 2 Keepers.
The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
Probably not. Here's another Keeper. Boop. I think there are 20 Keepers, but we'll see. We shall see how many Keepers there are, but that was 3 here in the Citadel, the council area. Time to take the lift down and Presidium. Here we go. Oop, it's the elevator.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
I hate politics. There was an option that came up there to skip, which meant that the area had loaded before we reached the bottom of this elevator. Interesting.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the Keepers.
Please do not disturb the Keepers. Hello, Avina. Alright, so I'm going to have to take a pause here, so there's probably going to be a little cut in this video. Actually, I might chop it off here. It's been over an hour, yeah. So that is the first section of the Citadel here. There is a lot to do and see here, guys, and like I said, there's going to be... I'm going to be doing all of it. You know, I'm going to be doing pretty much everything that I can do, and so we're going to see this game and talk to all the people and go through all the dialogue options, and so, you know, if that's not what you came here for, sorry. But hopefully you are enjoying. I really like this first little bit of the Citadel. It's kind of a little fixture here in the first game. You come here a lot. It's sort of a hub. You have a lot of little side quests here at the beginning to help you kind of, again, establish the setting. You get to know the different races. You get to know a little bit more about things like the Keeper and the Citadel itself and the Council and stuff. And so lots of dialogue and exposition and stuff. So sorry if this wasn't a super action-packed little sequence, but we will continue next time. We'll get on to some of these side quests. We'll pick up some more of our crew, including 3 more crew members to come pretty shortly, and then the last one right after that. So yeah, we're gonna fill out our ranks pretty soon. But anyway, Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this was enjoyable for you, and I will see you in the next one.